MVP Coach of the Year is Mike Verba.
The winner decided not to pull up tonight, I guess on his behalf. Jackson Smith Njigba. Najiba. Njigba. JSN.
What a disaster. What an absolute disaster. You know, far be it for me to criticize anyone for struggling to pronounce names. As you guys know, Uncle Casey has trouble at times with the proper pronunciation of names, along with the proper designation of pronouns. But Mike Verbal? Really? Mike Verbal. I guess Tiffany Haddish thought she was the diversity version of Vanna White. I guess Tiffany Haddish was buying a vowel. How in the hell do you get verbal out of Vrabel? Unfortunately for the NFL, the absolute butchering of the names of two of the biggest stars in the league last night, that's not the disaster that I'm talking about. This has been a brutal week for the National Football League. For starters, the NFL has been outshined by the NBA all week this week. The NBA has dominated the headlines. Even someone like Giannis, who isn't really a mainstream star. Giannis is a big star in the NBA, but he's not well known outside of the league. If I asked my mom who Giannis is, "Oh, Giannis, he's the nice boy at the Greek deli down the street." Even though Giannis isn't really a major star outside of the NBA, he has completely outshined the NFL this week. Just think about that. A lesser-known star in the NBA has generated more interest than the NFL during the week of the Super Bowl. That doesn't mean the NFL has failed to generate publicity this week. Uncle Roger and friends, they have generated plenty of publicity, but it's all been negative publicity. The Pro Bowl was the drizzling shits. I've been waiting for ratings for the Pro Bowl to be released. According to unsubstantiated numbers that I have seen, the drizzling shits drew 1.9 million viewers Tuesday night, which would be an embarrassment to the NFL. Then, we had Roger Goodell pandering to the mainstream media. Hey there, friends, it's me, Roger G. I stand before you today on a step stool that makes me appear taller than I actually am, filled with deep regret. My league has once again proved its blatant racism by failing to hire a head coach that is marginalized. But don't you worry, going forward, Uncle Roger promises to inject the league with the disease of diversity. Last night, doofus celebrities struggled to pronounce simple names at the NFL awards. Thank God Tom Brady has already retired. I would hate to see Tiffany Haddish humiliate herself struggling to pronounce that name. I am proud to announce the 2025 MVP, Tim Bradley. The thing is, all of this embarrassment could have been avoided. Roger Goodell didn't have to pander to the mainstream media. A little due diligence and preparation, it could have prevented the butchering of names last night. And a little foresight, along with eliminating the NFL's embrace of the woke wiener, it could have avoided the biggest embarrassment of the week, which is Bad Booger performing at halftime of the Super Bowl. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. So I get to the sponsor for today's video, my good friends at Sugar Mountain Trading. As you guys know, got young nephews. Oldest is 8, youngest nephew is 6. Like most young kids, they deal with various skin ailments. Psoriasis, eczema, itchy, red, dry skin. Hell, I'm not a doctor, not qualified to diagnose what the hell it is. I just know it's a nuisance they no longer have to deal with because my sister started using oat and honey soap from Sugar Mountain Trading. This soap is ideal for sensitive skin, offering a gentle yet effective solution for various dermatological issues. Its American-made origins guarantees the highest standards of production. Also comes available with CBD. So if you're dealing with skin issues and pain, CBD version take care of both. You'll be pain-free and smelling like fresh raspberries. Hell, that is literally the reason my wife likes to use it. She uses the standard CBD oil for her back pain, but she prefers the soap because she thinks it smells good. Like I said, oat and honey soap. It is available with or without CBD. So become pain-free while smelling fresh today by clicking the link in the description or the pinned comment below. Use my promo code BTL25, BTL25. Receive 25% off your first purchase with Sugar Mountain Trading. Yesterday, a young lady from Sports Illustrated was approaching NFL players and asking about their favorite hits from Bad Bunny. Now, with this being Woke Illustrated, I was expecting them to provide NFL players with a discography to prevent the obvious from happening, which was NFL players having no idea who in the hell Bad Booger is. Seriously. Before Roger Goodell made him a mainstream star by giving him the most high-profile, coveted stage in entertainment, had you ever heard of Bad Bunny? Even now, with Bad Booger being artificially elevated into the mainstream, could you name a single song? Can you name one song from Bad Bunny? That was the question Sports Illustrated was asking NFL players. Now, keep in mind, they were not asking former NFL players. They weren't asking John Elway, Dan Fouts. They weren't asking dudes in their 40s to name their favorite Booger classic. Sports Illustrated was asking current NFL players, kids in Gen Z, which is the primary demographic for an artist like Bad Booger. They asked several players to name just one Bad Booger song. Unsurprisingly, the end result was huge embarrassing failure. Watch it for yourself.
Name one Bad Bunny song.
I can't.
I cannot.
I can't.
No.
I cannot. Me pregunta. I got a couple of his songs downloaded.
Since NFL Gen Z is struggling to list the timeless classics from Bad Booger, Uncle KC is here to help them out. Uncle KC will go through his playlist and give you all my personal favorites. Every morning, I wake up to the sounds of Baile Inevitable. Translated to English, the song is titled, When a Man Becomes a Woman. When I'm exercising or walking the dogs, I prefer to listen to EU. When translated to English, the song is titled, Shake That Masculine Ass. But my personal favorite from Bad Booger is Debí tirar más fotos, which means I follow you around like a bunny chasing the carrot in your ass. Earlier this week, Roger Goodell was asked about the halftime performance at the Super Bowl. By some miracle, someone in the media asked Uncle Roger a legitimate question. They wanted to know if Bad Bunny would be politically divisive during his performance. Now, according to Roger Goodell, I've had a talk with him, and he has promised to be a good bunny, not a bad bunny. Our league is about friendship and unity. A couple of days ago, a poll was released by The Athletic involving NFL players. They asked players if they approved or disapproved of Ben Acasio performing at the Super Bowl. Well, KC, who in the hell is Ben Acasio? Well, that's the name ICE used on deportation papers instead of Bad Bunny. But all kidding aside, they asked NFL players if they approved or disapproved of Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl. Now, with the Super Bowl, being all about unity, you would think NFL players would be unified in their response. But 42% of the players do not want to see Bad Booger at the Super Bowl. Like I said, it has been a brutal week for the NFL. I don't understand their strategy. I don't really understand what they're doing. The product on the field is in decline, hasn't caught up to the NFL yet, but there's no denying the fact. The quality of play in this league is declining. Even in the playoffs, quarterback play was atrocious. The MVP of the league is a 37-year-old who is years past his prime and couldn't make the playoffs when he was competing against all of the legends. When the league was filled with legendary quarterbacks, Matt Stafford struggled to win games in the regular season. Now that the level of play at the quarterback position has dropped from legendary to the drizzling shits, Matt Stafford is the best quarterback in the league, and he's damn near 40. For decades, the NFL had the perfect schedule, 16 games over 17 weeks. NFL Red Zone was must-see TV. There was no need to change. You don't change something that is working. Like I say all the time, the NFL's most valuable asset was scarcity. We got the league on Sundays and Mondays, Thursdays, 4 months out of the year, but that was it. Once the season was over, we waited with anticipation for the next 8 months. Now they're trying to schedule games every day of the damn week. NFL Red Zone has been destroyed. The overall product is being watered down because the NFL is offering too much of what was once a good thing. And now, a league that has never had to rely on gimmicks is relying on gimmicks. The Pro Bowl is a disgrace. It's an embarrassment. I have seen better flag football watching my nephews. At least the kids are giving effort. You've got a performer at the Super Bowl who doesn't deserve to be there. And look. That is no disrespect to Bad Bunny, but the Super Bowl is supposed to be reserved for legends. Michael Jackson, Justin Timberlake, Usher, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Ken Lamar, Jen Lopez, 50 Cent, or as the bank prefers to call them, $half. Whether you like their music or not, these are legendary performers, and you're giving that prestigious stage to Bad Booger? A performer that the audience needs a translator to understand? Again, no disrespect to Bad Bunny, but at this stage of his career, he has not reached legendary status. It just feels forced. It feels politically motivated. The question is, will there be consequences? Will America finally reject the NFL? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.